What up? Let's see who I surprised sneaking in this early. Well, there's two people snuck in on me. T-Love, what up? You gonna mess around and become a regular in here, ain't you? Ralph, I did a rain dance, man. Carlos, what up, brother? Warwick, what's up, mate? I thought I seen that say Carlos. Yeah, it did. Okay. All three, what's up? Supposed to be a nasty night down here tonight, carrying on into the morning. I got parked up, got started in the morning. What up, Cutter? So, we'll see what it does throughout the night. I have one place in downtown Houston I had to deliver to. I figured I was going to park up there. I got to get that off that screen. That'd drive me nuts. Go to the About page on the YouTube channel. Go to the About page. Scroll to the bottom. It's down there. Scott, what's up, youngin'? Zach, figured you'd be napping by now. I know you napped all day. But yeah, I wasn't real excited about the area I was going to have park in. I got over there and they was still there. They got one pallet and the old man came out and yanked it off. He told me he wasn't real crazy about me spending the night there either. So, nope, I knew you was coming to Missouri. I left, man. Oh yeah, I got my old man floaties. I got my shorts and tennis shoes. Oh, okay. Brandon, what up, my brother? Working like a dog. Please. You need to talk to Zach. He said he slept all day. So anyway, I got out of that bad area of town and I'm parked up beside a Whataburger. Although that ain't what I had for dinner, but I'm still parked up beside one. That's all right, Zach. You just put it in that sleep bank, because I know there's plenty of nights you don't get much. Oh. Saddle Tramp, what's up? Well, I'm over here, I guess I'm on the east side of town. Too wet for you to ride your scooter over here, that's for damn sure. Give it a few more hours, you can bring that boat. I'm over here on the corner of Exchange and Hershey. Carlos just shared a video with me in messages and I watched it. Very good video. I asked him to tag it on the top of the Facebook page, which it'll be a little bit. He can't do it right this minute. But all you new people coming into trucking, those things about coming into trucking, you need to go watch it. He's going to pin it on the top somehow. Probably take down the one with Stone and put that one up. If he can only tag one at a time or pin one at a time. No, I did not see it, Zach. I ain't got nothing from you in a little while. You might want to resend it. I was just over there looking a while ago, trying to see how Carlos had sent that video. I guarantee you, Zach, my head's been working on some different stuff. And I probably should have given them dimensions we was talking about. Alright, it just came through on one of them there. But I didn't think about it before I got on here. Have you done any research on the dimensions? We ain't got to go into details on there. Just a yay or nay. I don't put everything out in the public. It stands for farm to market, Jim. Alright, Carlos, whatever you deem, brother, but I like that video, and it'll be a good video for people to watch. It'd be a good video for families to watch, even if they're not truck drivers, if they're married to a truck driver. Yeah, I did. Well, right now, Zach, we're just looking for ideas, man. We got to get all them ideas together and then sort them out and put together what we want to do. Notice I'm saying we. I'm starting to count on you. Right, it stands for farm road, but it's farm to market. That's what FM is. It's farm to market from back in the day. Well, back in the day, they did, Jim. I mean, look how big Texas is. You had a bunch of dirt roads and whatnot that would carry you to the marketplace. Look at there. See how that's off, Carlos? You know, I've been accused of leaving it like that just to torture you. Now, you don't think I would do that to you, do you? I mean, you know, look, see? Just off by 1/8 of an inch, man. Wait until Sunday. Come into the Sharing the Word Sunday. Boy, listen to that thunder rolling. About a 2 or 3 second roll of thunder there. Saddle Tramp, you better put pontoons on that scooter. Oh, I ain't got a clue about that Uber stuff. I've been seeing some of their stuff online, but I wasn't interested enough to go look. Well, there you go. North Dakota's still got them too. It's all right, Carlos. You'll be all right in the morning. A little bit hostile? I'm not hostile. I just grow my mustache crooked to bug people. Well, that ain't how it is down here, Cutter. Now, we've got some state routes nowadays that have been changed over. A lot of our FM roads, they're the last ones to get cleaned. But then again, we don't have snow. Most of Texas, they figure if God put it here, he'll take it away. Y'all hear that thunder? And Grandma's got her puppy dog all curled up beside her. He don't like thunder. Ferocious killer dog, and he's scared of thunder. And fireworks. He just ain't scared of me and Grandma. I don't get it. There we go. That's plugged in now. Ah, got rid of the beard, did you? I ain't sure. I started to grow mine back, and I still might. I'm debating on it. Bandito eat your lunch. Well, see, I gave him a taco once, and it gave him diarrhea and upset stomach, and he ain't like Mexican sense. He's a very smart dog. He knew where the taco came from. That was right before you came down to visit, matter of fact. Tell him, Bandit, Carlos sent you a present here, man. I set you up. Oh. Well, from sounds of it, it's going to be a wet weekend as well. So maybe I won't have to do any work. Told Grandma I'm going to fix up a big old pot of ham hocks and beans. I planned on having some fried taters and cornbread with it. Diet be damned. I used to have my beard down to my belly, down to my belt. Well, my hair was that long. My beard wasn't quite that long. Now, I'm not from Ohio. Zach, you always got an invite, brother. How many you bring with you, so I know how many taters to get. Matter of fact, if you're going to come down, then Carlos ought to head this way. Carlos, if you start walking, you might make it here. Found a CDL certified course. I plan to attend starting the 14th. $2,300 is not bad. Now, if it's going through the local college, Cutter, you need to talk to them about a Pell Grant. A lot of times them college courses, you can get a Pell Grant. You don't have to worry about paying it back. What up, Cliff? buddy, Billy Long. Don't recollect seeing you before. But then I got that sometimers. And if that don't work, talk to your, whatever you call your unemployment office. Different places call them different things anymore. And a lot of times they have programs that will let you retrain. So just be careful what you say when you're talking to them folks. Don't stab yourself in the foot. Oh, dude, I can relate too well. I tell people all the time, you get inside your head, that's a bad place to be at times. The only thing worse than being stuck in your head is being stuck in mine. That's scary shit in there, buddy boy. Well, welcome, Billy. You new to the channel or just new to the live stream? Well, come put some Rain-X on them, man. What up, Bobby? Well, welcome to the channel too. We have a Facebook page, Simple Living with Papa Joe. I do different posts and whatnot over there, so go check it out. We have a Patreon page. Some of my Blue Ranches can post the links up here for you. Patreon page is a way of supporting the channel. We have Teespring where you can get some t-shirts and whatnot on there. I think that's about it, ain't it, boys and girls? Did I forget something? Contact information and all that, and all the links to all that stuff actually should be on the About page. So if you go to the home here on the YouTube channel, go to the About page and scroll to the bottom, and there's contact information, all kinds of stuff. Oh, is it Bobby's birthday? Well, happy birthday, Bobby. Well, I've got a couple of videos floating around. Mark, what's going on with you? Go ahead and put me in timeout. I could use the break. Actually, Grumpy's fixing to be out there by Albuquerque somewhere. He's trying to make it there for the end of his day. I don't know where. And the Flying J you're at, I got a brother that lives about 2 miles from there. Oh, Lord, Carlos, you did get back on the drugs, didn't you? I hear you, Mark. Some days that's a hard one. Remember, give it over to him. Oh, and Carlos, that video you shared with me, that kind of sort of goes with what I'm going to be talking about on Sunday. Well, that's cool, Cliff. Actually, Grandma's making some more of that moonshine. She just got her some more of the black cherries. That's what it was that Carlos got to have his ears turned red with. She hadn't been able to find them, and she came across some more. 2 pounds worth, I think. She said 1 pound or 2 pounds? 2 pounds, I think. So she's fixing to go get her 3 jugs of that moonshine and start that stuff to setting up for a while. The only side effect is if you're Mexican, it makes your ears turn red. Well, Mark, you should still have my phone number. Call me sometime. Don't know I'll be much help, but if nothing else, we can cry together, cuss together, whatever. Well, sure, Carlos. Y'all join me in a word of prayer. Heavenly Father, we want to come to you tonight. Lord, you know there's so many of us that's got our struggles down there that, Lord, we're stuck in our own heads. We're stuck in our own world. Lord, I ask that you give each and every one of us the courage and the knowledge to just turn it all over to you, Lord, to realize that it's the evil one that is trying to hold us down here, Lord, and keep us beat down and depressed. And Lord, I ask you to give us that little touch that we need, the little bit of knowledge, a little bit of faith, that we can turn it all over to you, Lord, and that you can put the devil in his place. He is a defeated foe, Lord. You beat him years ago. He just has to be reminded once in a while, Lord. And we ask that you remind him that he is a defeated foe and that we are your children, that we're part of your flock, and he needs to keep his hands off of us. Lord, I ask that you help each and every one of us, because we all got our own personal battles. These things we pray and ask for in the name of your Holy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. And all God's people said, oh, okay, I know what one you're talking about, Cliff. That old boy singing. Them kind of allergies that make you leave it alone. You know, folks, it's, I'm not going to try to turn this into no kind of sermon tonight. I really ain't. But I'll tell you what, just the 2 or 3 comments on here tonight about being stuck in our own heads, that's a real issue. It really is. And it can get to be a very dark and scary place. And whether it's like Cliff had mentioned or like Mark has mentioned, that gum, see? Lord put him in his place, didn't he? You know, it's all a matter of turning it over to him, and that's so hard to do because we was raised, what up, Kelly? We was raised, good night, Mark, that men take care of their problems, you know? That's just what men do. So, unfortunately for me, it took losing my son to teach me how to lay it at God's feet. And to this day, I have to remind myself once in a while because I get stuck in my head, you know? Especially when you're out here in this truck. That's why I call a few people once in a while. When I start getting one of my spells, I'll call somebody and say, I look for somebody to harass, and you're the lucky one. You know? So by all means, if you go get in that dark, depressed, stuck in your head and all that nonsense, reach out to somebody. Oh. No, that's what I'm telling you, Tramp. I ain't too far from you at all. Don't you come riding over here on that scooter, dude. This is not scooter weather. I don't care how hardcore you are. Water. I'd rather be Diet Mountain Dew. But it's water. Oh. Hi, Carlos. Love you, brother. Appreciate you. You ain't bad for a Mexican. Now we can just get you legal. Go visit Trump. He might be able to help you out. And don't forget, it's still crooked. Oh, we all do, Kelly. We all do. You know, especially at our ages. You know, we've got, that's one of the things is that I'll find myself living in the past, reliving stuff from way back when. And how do you move forward if you're living in the past? You know, and sometimes that past is hard to put behind you, but that's the devil's trick. He wants to keep you dwelling on it. He wants you to keep questioning, did God really forgive me for that? Oh, I was so bad. Did God really forgive me? Yes, he did. It's hard for us to forgive ourselves. And since I'm doing a little bit of preaching, you watch the count drop. Oh man, me and old pork chop up in Canada. Oh, it was so cold, dude. We had one of the closed top grills, and we still had to put aluminum foil over our meat to get enough heat on it to cook our meat. We'd been cooking in our trucks all day, and we wanted the meat. Oh. Oh, I bet you do, Ralph. Did you lose both legs or just one? Well, I assume it was a leg. You know, I met an old boy out here once. You can do a Google search on him. He was paralyzed from the waist down type deal. And he had a specialty sleeper on here. All he had was a bunk, basically. And the driver's side opened up to a wheelchair ramp. And he had his truck special fit for him to go driving. So, you know, there's always a way. Trucker, what up? I don't know why I'm struggling to read this when I got glasses. Well, with these automatics, man, couldn't you drive one of these automatics? If you're of a mind to. Well, trucking is fun in the beginning. I don't have so much fun out here no more. I ain't gonna lie. I was just talking to a rookie today, got about a year and a half into trucking, and he's got some decisions to make. And he was talking about, oh yeah, it's still fun to him. And I said, remember the videos? I told you the first 5 years out here is great. A lot of fun. The next 5 years, it's getting to be a job. By the time you're into that third set of fives, everything you used to do has done progress and one left you behind. Well, I would, Ralph. If you like trucking. And now, you know me, dude, no sugar added. I don't try to hurt people's feelings and all that nonsense. That ain't me, but I gotta say what I gotta say. But if you're an amputee, there should be some companies, if you talk to them out there, that want to add on to their status quo and meet their numbers and all this, that will give you a hell of a chance that might try to retrofit a truck or whatever they have to do, just so that they can say they have a handicapped person driving for them. That's just off the top of my head. You might consider it. Well, I got news for you, Jim. Even with a degree today, it's hard to make this kind of money. I was telling somebody else here just the other day. A good friend of mine in Georgia, his wife is a teacher. She started teaching about the same time I started truck driving. And her, with 30 years in now, she's making pretty much the same money I am. Now, she's got better benefits. I'll give you that. But the actual money, we're making about the same money. Now, yeah, I'm sure she could leave that little country school and go to some big city and pay 3 times as much for an apartment. The cost of living shoot out the roof, but her salary would go up. Now, when you break it all down, she'd probably be making about the same she is now, which is about the same that I am. And that just drives him crazy. He just thinks she should be making more than I am. JJ, what up? Well, that's exactly it, Saddle Tramp. We are getting old, but the memories I hold. Well, I used to live in Madison. Right now, my son lives in Athens. We have a daughter down by Macon. Warner Robins, actually. Well, I'm dehydrated today. I know where Winder is. Actually, at one time I did Prime Star, the TV, and our little office was out of Winder. My insurance was out of Winder. State Farm, I think it was. Down by Savannah. I have some friends that moved from Madison out to Colorado, and they've been out there probably about 6 or 8 years, I guess, maybe more. more or less. They just moved down to Savannah. Sold their place in Colorado and moved to Savannah to retire. All right, Warwick. It's only noon over there. I don't know why. It ain't even noon yet. I don't know why you got to go, but that's all right. It's Thursday where you're at. Oh yeah, I used to run 16 quite a bit. I used to run containers from Madison down to Savannah Port. Oh, I hate going to that port. Local cops down there, DOT cops, they'd harass all of us in a good-looking truck. But you got some of them locals down there that was in a piece of junk about ready to fall apart, and they just closed their eyes as they drove by. And that scale house down there on 16, now they weren't too bad. You drive by and you just took, because we was always overweight. We permitted for 100,000. You just hold your permit up against the window and they'd wave you on. Every once in a while they'd walk out there and say, let me see that. Because believe it or not, those few truck drivers tried to use yesterday's permit for today. They're good for one trip. And if you didn't use it, you lost that 20 bucks. 20 bucks to go to 100,000 pounds, it was worth it. What up, Stoner? Well, if you're handing out money, hand some my way there, Mr. Moneybags. Well, good deal, Ralph. See, now, if you're on your SSDI, you can only make a certain amount of money. That's something else to tell one of them companies you're going to try driving for. And I don't remember. I think it's around 30,000, 35,000 a year. So that's something else that company have to keep into consideration. Yep, that's a fact. Actually, no, I didn't, Stone. For $20 and the company paid for it? No, sir. If he didn't have me a permit, I didn't move it. There's some things just ain't worth the risk. Saddle Tramp is raining pretty hard over here now. Uh-oh, what video did you put up, Stone? I told Stone a channel that, or some videos he needs to start making. Once again, the damn boy ain't listening to me. For a smart boy, he can be a dumbass at times. Him and Little Joe both. They got the book learning. I just need to smack both of them once in a while. They listen to the old man. Okay. Did you find out what that's going to do with you over the weekend, Stone? Oh, it is raining, dude. Glad you got to catch me. See what I'm talking about, Stone? You're missing your opportunity. And later on, like in so many other things, you're going to say, damn, I wish I'd listened to that old fart. Oh my. By Tuesday night, when's your time off supposed to start? Let's see, from Dallas, you're talking about a 2,000-mile turnaround, I guess, off the top of my head. Kelly, Dallas to Chicago and back. What do you think? Couple grand trip? Or somebody punch it in on their phone? Water. I don't know why, but water. I'm ready for some of Grandma's moonshine. I hear you. $9.68. Yeah, that ain't too bad for a guess. Well, that depends upon where he's got to go on both ends. But being he is a Maverick, chances are, well, is that going to be a pod? If that's a pod, you could go on into downtown. If it's still, chances are you're going to be on the outskirts. Looking at this car stop. Look like that street's flooded, but it ain't gonna get very deep. It won't get but about a foot deep. All right, he's gonna try it. I want to see. He hardly put up any spray. He's in a slow truck, man. He don't see no 700-mile days. He does good to get 600. Then if you're talking about a load and offload and reload, but he should be up there Monday morning kicking that off and reloading. So he'll have at least a half a day Monday, then Tuesday to be back. So I would work them hours out where I wouldn't just burn up them hours flying up there unless you think you did good at 35. See how Yellowstone gonna try to sneak in and stir up shit. Yeah, but that's why you make the big bucks. If you had a faster truck, they wouldn't pay you so much. Waterbug, what's up? Well, thanks for subscribing and welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream too. Stone, that's about the only thing you're good at. Everybody throw rocks at Stone before he gets out of here. He likes that. I tried talking to him earlier and all he kept chanting was whips and chains. Called me dirty names. I finally had to hang up on him. Yeah, that's what we run, Jim, a 70. 68 on the floor and 70 on the cruise. Which most of the time you got these Maverick slow trucks like Stone out there blocking you up so you can't run 70 anyway. Over there with their fingerless gloves. I don't know what's up with all that nonsense. But just so that I would fit in, I got me a pair. Actually, they help. I hate these new steering wheels on these trucks. This one rubs my fingers right there and right there, because there ain't a good place to get a hold of this steering wheel. Come on, rain. This is gonna make for good sleeping tonight. We'll see if I'm flooded in. Alright, Stone, be careful, man. I'm sure I'll harass you sometime tomorrow, you lucky rascal. Yeah, this company don't want you to go over 80. You don't always get what you want. But I let mine ride. When they first started that nonsense, I worried about it. Anymore, I don't worry about it. If I get that downhill, playing Dragonfly. Drag up one side, fly down the other side. Then we have one of the safety guys made the comment that he didn't think trucks were made to go over 70 miles an hour. He's lucky he didn't ride with me back when I had a large car. Oh yeah. TMC's still out there. Yes, Jim Dunn, we miss you something terrible. Well, you can't get fired over here. I have no doubt about that. But you got to do something really stupid. Me and you both, Kelly. I'm fixing to fire this beast up and build up a little bit of air. I'm going to turn this beast down. What up, Paul? Oh, it's a bed, man. That's nothing but a bed. Well, I imagine in the beginning it's a little hard for some of y'all to get used to it, but I've been doing it so long it's second nature. Turn that off. Got to build up a little bit of air pressure. My seat was starting to sink. Welcome to the live stream, Paul. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it, Waterbug. And that's a fact, Cliff. That's so many of us. You know, I call that
0 hours and 9 minutes of remaining drive time.
I'd call that bed at the house. I'd tell Mama that was her bed. She hated that. I'm like, at that time I wasn't coming home every weekend. I'm like, I sleep in that bed a couple times a few months. As I was doing the rock and roll circuit. And you didn't go home much on the rock and roll circuit. My bed's out there in that truck. It wasn't what she was wanting to hear, but it's a fact. And so many of us drivers that live in these trucks, you sleep better in that bunk than you do at home. I don't know what that high dollar mattress cost me at the house, but I sleep better right there. Jim Dunn called me tomorrow, not too early because I got 3 or 4 drops here in Houston, then I'm driving to San Antonio. Call me tomorrow and we'll talk about it. And I've got a video up about hot shot. If you talk about doing it with a cargo van, I assume you're talking OTR, right? If you're talking OTR, it's going to be all in who you get on with. It can be a hard living. You really need to know your major hubs and you need to know your freight. The best two to get on with a dry box, or with a van, I should say, because most of them you're going to want a reefer unit as well. You'll probably want to get your hazmat endorsements, but Landstar and FedEx. I would pick Landstar over FedEx. FedEx has got some rules in there that I don't like. I wouldn't want to do them. Landstar has their own load boards. They do for their big trucks. I assume they do for their other stuff, for the hot shots. Shut that down on a high idle. That ain't good on your truck. Well, see, Cliff, that's how a bunch of us was when they started all this no idling stuff. And it used to be, if my truck shut off, buddy boy, I was awake, quick, fast, and in a hurry. And when I went from a regular truck to that smart idle, that drove me nuts the first few weeks. That's where the truck would start up on its own. You had a battery unit that kept your AC or heater, whatever, going. Then when the batteries would run down, the truck would start up to charge them up. Oh boy. I don't know why I'm so thirsty tonight. Well, nowadays you got APU that's running. Well, that's true, Jim. You do need to get on with a logistics company, but do you know how many's out there? And then do you know which ones are good? Which ones has good loads? Better yet, which ones are actually going to pay you? It's still not uncommon for brokers, and that's all they are, to cheat the company and or truck driver out of their money. There ain't no way Grandma would go for sleeping in the truck. I don't know what these APUs are. They're Thermo King. But they do okay. This one pretty much runs all night because I usually got it set on its coldest temperature. And it's also set up right now. I could have my running lights on. And if the battery started pulling down, that would fire up, charge the batteries back up. Which is what I was going to do at that first place I thought I was spending the night at. Well, that's a matter of your choice then. If you're capable, I would get Sirius Radio. A lot of these trucks have got it built in. You just got to call it in. I don't know what it costs nowadays. Probably $10 or $15 a month. I don't know. Then find you a radio channel. If you're into politics, they got them on there where they're talking politics. If you're into the Lord, you can find some of that. Whatever kind of music, talk radio, whatever. Well, oversized load on a rainy night, that don't happen too often. I don't know that you can do that legally, Jim. See, and that's part of my problem is I don't listen to the FM anymore. I used to. I got into the books on tape back when it was a cassette. Yeah, I go that far back. I go back to 8 tracks. But not in the trucking part. But anymore, if I ain't on the phone, I probably don't play that radio 20 hours a year. I just ain't into the music anymore like I used to be. I used to be into rock and roll real hard and heavy. I listen to lots of preaching on there. I don't hardly do that anymore. The politics, I used to listen to that. They got plumb stupid. Well, try you some good old-fashioned bluegrass. Love me some bluegrass once in a while. Showing my roots there, ain't I? Well, Jim, he might have been doing that. That don't make it legal. If you're hauling freight for somebody else and you're getting paid for it, that makes you a commercial vehicle. And now you fall all underneath the other commercial stuff. You was talking about finding a logistics company. Well, guess what? All that puts you right there with the big boys. You are a commercial vehicle. So you're supposed to fall under those guidelines. And for that logistics company to give you a load, there's certain paperwork you have to have. It's called a packet. And it's showing that you are legal to haul his freight. You have the insurance, the license, the whole routine. So now just because you talk to a guy in Laredo, which ain't the best place to get advice from, you hear what I'm saying? You better be careful, or a guy in Laredo, they can get your ass in deep trouble. Yeah, you're right. $1.50 a mile is not great money. I donated all mine to my local library, Tramp. I'd go in there. The old woman that was in charge of it, she knew us real well. And they had like a $2 or $3 amount that you could get, limit. That's what I'm looking for. And I'd go in there and there'd be somebody new or a volunteer in there. And I'd have a big old stack of them, and I'd take them to the counter, and they're like, "Oh, you can't give but 3, sir." And she'd be back there in the office, and she'd see me, and I'd wave at her, and she'd come out, and she said, "Let him have them all. Just go ahead." Then when I'd walk away, I'd hear her tell him, "He brings in more than he takes out." You know? Now you watch. When he comes back, he might have took 12, but he'll bring 30 back. And I did. I traded and bought and all that stuff out here on the road. All that. Once I listened to them, I just donated them to the library. They had a real good collection. All right, Cleve. Good night, buddy. Yeah, midnight just a little bit away. You need to be in California if you're looking at midnight. Oh, at least you get a couple extra hours. What time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock. I'm fixing to call it a day myself. Rattle Grandma's cage. Wake banded up, let him bite her. He's a ferocious beast. He damn near as mean as her. Alright, folks. It was a good chat tonight. I appreciate y'all coming in and visiting for a while. Y'all remember, the good Lord loves you. So do I. Y'all have a blessed evening now. Thanks for visiting.